Alright guys, this is Mr. Prime to 259 doing my review. This review is dedicated to Denis Pizdets79 here on YouTube for supplying me with this wonderful prize. It was a prize from his Screw You Troll video, so I am dedicating it to him. Here we have Generations 2010 Thrust. Really good looking Seeker jet. It's pretty G1 accurate, actually. Oh, just a few little details that kind of sets it apart. First detail I would like to point out is it's got a lot of articulation, a lot more than the G1s, as everybody knows. Also, his guns are a lot better built with the firing missiles. Real nice paint details. There's no stickers on this whatsoever, so that's kind of a plus also. If you look here, you can you take these off, and apply them here, down here to the bottom side wings, whatever you want to call these, tail wings, which is also cool. That way it's not giving it such a crappy effect on the top wings. Now, articulation wise, we'll go through this. First, let's go ahead and take out his handguns. By the way, are really awesome. There we go. Articulation wise, let's start with our legs first. Your legs, if you have them unpegged, I like to keep mine unpegged or pegged up. He does do your splits, like so. He does have a knee joint, as you guys can tell. You can have him posing like he's getting ready to kick an Autobot's head, or somewhat. Put that back. And also, right there at that joint, you can swivel his legs at the knees, which is not too bad. Arms can go, almost 360. If this wasn't in the way, it would do the total 360, but pretty much I'm probably saying about 280. The head does not really swivel that much, unless just in transformation. And then he does have an elbow joint, if you guys can see right in here, like so. Which is nice. Allows you to pose him in his, and then his arms, will go side to side like that. And then his hands, the only articulation in his hands is just this, from when you gotta do the transformation. Nothing in his waist, and then nothing else. Now, to put this guy from robot to his airplane mode, we'll go ahead and do a 360 first. There's the back of him. Turn around, show you the front. I like it. He's got a really nice detailed head. More so than the G1. The chrome cockpit inside of here, which if you watched 84 Ironhide's review of this guy, he takes out the chrome one and swaps it with Dirge's black one. It makes it even look more accurate as far as what I like. And then everybody on here, just to point this out, I didn't have him closed up. It makes it look like, his thrust sections here, the wind turbines, just like right here, his turbines. Everybody likes to call them his running landing gear nipples, because if you notice, if you pull these out, then it turns into his landing gears and his vehicle mode. So the first, we'll start off we'll do everything that's the easiest part first, and then we'll switch to the harder part. The first thing you just want to do, you want to go ahead and pop these out, because if you see there's a hole here, then there's a peg right here on the bottom of this. All they do is just pretty much, mate. Male to female pegs. Same thing with the other side. You just want to go ahead, wiggle it, we'll pull them off, set them to the side. Well, then what I like to start off doing first is pegging his legs back together, taking his feet, flapping them up just like the G1 styles, like so. Then we'll go ahead and move up to the top. Now, the top piece, what you want to do is just go ahead and take him to the side, and kind of like grab his head, and then you want to grab like right in here, and then just kind of separate the two. Pull them back like so. Then, I would just go ahead and take it, fold in your fists on both sides, like so. Put them back down, making sure they're nice and straight. And then we're just going to go ahead and work on the head. Now, the head is kind of like pegged inside here. You just want to go ahead and push it forward to get it unpegged right in here, because this, there's a gap here. And then there's this section right here. They just kind of squeeze together and mate to hold the head and cockpit area in place in the back. So all you're going to do is just want to push it and break it loose. Then just go ahead and pull it up. And then this will give you the chance. What you're going to want to do is then you want to rotate the cockpit like so. Because if you look down here, it's like on the joint for it. See, I'll go ahead and twist it for you. Then just go ahead and start bringing it back to your back. If you notice, there's a hole here with the peg. Go ahead and lock that in place. Then go ahead and twist his head around, and there you have it so far. The fuselage part for the cockpit. Then, second part, what you want to do is you want to go ahead and just fold in his arms, fold inside the chest cavity, like so. Then just bring this forward and close it up. Simple, yet easy, Now, the wings itself are also on what you want to call a double joint. Just go ahead and start turning them up like this, like so, and then it will pivot back more right here on this joint. Like the other side here. I'll go ahead and, you pop it like that. See that joint popping back? And then you can go ahead and just move the wings up in place. Now the legs, all they just do, slide up. And you see the two little pegs that are stuck right there? There's the hole for them. Just wiggle it up a little bit. And then go ahead and snap them right there in place. Awesome, real easy. Then your last steps would be to take the wind turbines that allows him to thrust up. That's why they call him thrust, because he can do forward and up. There's holes here. If you notice, you can see all the way through it, like so. Remember the peg on the bottom, and all you do is just peg it right in, squeeze it, make sure it's all the way down. Same thing with the other side. Put it in, lock it in. There you have the lovely 2010 Generations thrust. So far, so good. And then let's talk about his gun here before we go into the 360 view on thrust. Now, as you can tell here, the gun is more designed a little bit better, I would say. A lot better spring action for his, firing of his missile, which I like. The other ones get wore out. I hope this one don't get worn out. And all they do was just attach at the bottom of the... You can peg him up right there underneath where you just put in his portion for the thrust part. Like so. But I was, noticing they have these right here. It's almost like you can almost... I know it would look a little weird, setting them back that way just a little bit, kind of like that. instead of on his wings, posted it on his tail fins. It doesn't look too bad, I guess. It gives you more options to put the gun, which is I kind of like. Now the downside of this figure is the fact that if you look real closely, the chest section, it's all opened, the cavity section here. You know, they could have had like a little filler part here, but you know, same thing with the front. But other than that, 360 view here of the plane himself. They could have made the Decepticon logos a little bit larger. In my opinion, you know, they could have just made a really large one right here, painted on. No rubber on his nose cone, unlike the G1s that got the rubber. And then he's not really aerodynamic looking as far as a jet. If you notice on the first one, he's got more aerodynamics. And also, what I really like is you don't see a whole lot of robot junk either. If you look underneath the vehicle on some Transformers. There's his afterburners, the back end of it, what it looks like. And then another top view. So again, this is my review for 2010's Generation Thrust. Brought to you by Denis Pizdets79. Go check him out. This was my prize for that contest I won for the Screw You Troll vid. I hope you enjoy it. Don't forget to rate, sub, and comment on the video. And you know, have yourselves an awesome day, and stay tuned for another review.